Hi, Louisa Whitney here, and in this video I'm talking about how do mediators help clients to find solutions. The first point is information. I often liken it to a jigsaw puzzle, and you haven't got the box, so you don't know what the picture is. So until you've got all of the pieces of information together, you don't know what the picture's going to look like. And to kind of extend that metaphor further, if you start off thinking it's a 250 piece jigsaw puzzle, it may actually end up being a 500 piece jigsaw puzzle. And sometimes people can get frustrated because of the sort of, each time they get to the point where they think they might find a solution, actually, and what they end up with is more questions. But the information gathering is a really crucial part of the mediation process because it enables people to fill in all those blanks and make a really informed choice about what's going to happen next. It's also really important that people who've separated really feel that they understand their financial situation and that they don't have any doubts or reservations about it. So it's the opportunity to ask questions, to say things like, well, I thought you had another savings account, what happened to that? I thought you had another pension. All those kinds of things, because it's really important that when people move forward with the next chapter of their life, they're doing so really focused on that and not with one foot in the past, with a kind of, well, what if that had happened? What if there was more money? All those kind of things. The second is really about understanding people's priorities, and sometimes each person has different priorities and they can't agree with each other as to what the priorities for the future should be. But each person is going off to their separate life, and it's not essential that each person agrees with the choices that the other person is making. But what can be really crucial in moving forwards is each person understanding what the other's priorities are. And that's where mediation can really help with helping each person hear the other and what they're saying. Even if they don't agree with it and they think it's completely wrong, it's just about understanding where that person is coming from. The third part of mediation is actually mapping out what's going to happen next. What is the next chapter of each person's life going to look like? And that is a really, really important part, because what we map out in mediation is the next stage of people's lives, where they're going to live, how they're going to make ends meet, what it's going to look like. And it's really important that people are vested in that, because, you know, this is mapping out what the next chapter of someone's life is. It's not like talking about what might happen in next for a character in a soap opera, or what the next chapter of a book's going to look like. People really have to feel comfortable with what the next chapter of their life looks like, and they're going to feel scared and worried and all those things as well. But if something is not right, then they can't get on board with what that looks like. They need to be sort of able to feel it, to know what it's going to feel like, and to know that it is going to be okay. And if they don't know that, what do they need to know that it's going to be okay? And sometimes one of the processes in mediation is looking at what each person needs to enable them to look forward to that new chapter. If they can't look forward to it, if they can't feel that it's going to be okay. And as a mediator, I can't do that for everyone, but one of the jobs that a mediator has is to look at what else somebody might need to enable them to move forward, and to act as a kind of signpost, I suppose, as to what other services or professionals a person might need to enable them to really feel that the next chapter of their life is going to be okay. And it's that mapping out of a future and different options for the future, and finding one that's going to work for both parties, and crucially for any children that are involved with the family, that is the job of mediation. And mediation involves doing all that and talking it through with both parties and dealing with anything that comes up as you're talking it through and mapping that out. And if you map out something that doesn't work, then you map out something else until you find something that will work. So I hope that that explains more about what a mediator does and how mediators help people to find different options. It's a longer video today, but that's because there's quite a lot to a mediator's job. I hope that that's been useful, and see you next week. Thank you.